There's a lot of original content on Netflix, and sometimes it's difficult to sort through the madness, but today we're talking my most anticipated Netflix originals coming this summer. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a bit different. Normally, I talk about months at a time, but today we are clumping a couple of months together. We're talking the entirety of the summer, not necessarily every original coming to Netflix, because sometimes they hold out certain release dates and don't tell you until the last second, but the ones that we know across June and July. And you may be saying to yourself, well, Austin, summer starts mid-June and goes all the way to September, but Netflix normally plans their originals a couple of months out, and as of now, we pretty much know what's coming in June and July, but when it comes to August and September, we just don't know the specific dates. We don't know if they're going to move a little bit, especially with what's going on right now, so I'm going to stick to June and July, what we know so far. But let's get right into it. I want to give you guys the dates that these shows and movies are coming out, and what they're about. So this coming week, we have a show in Reality Z that deals with zombies. That looks interesting. 13 Reasons Why, Season 4. That's coming, but I want to start with a movie directed by Spike Lee, starring Chadwick Boseman in The Five Bloods. Guys, this movie looks really interesting, and let's be honest, it's been a bit since we've had a director on this level release a movie. We're finally getting one on Netflix. So we have 4 African-American vets that battle the forces of man and nature when they return to Vietnam seeking the remains of their fallen squad leader and the gold fortune he helped them hide. And even though I may not love all of Spike Lee's movies, as of late he's been killing it, and he always has something special or something original to every single film that's constantly interesting to dive into. You have a great cast, you have a really good premise, and something that could be, right now, really impactful. So I cannot wait to see what that brings. I honestly can't believe it's a Netflix original just because it feels like it's something I should be watching in theaters, but it looks really good. And that same week, we have The Woods, which is a brand new miniseries on Netflix, and I just thought this sounded really interesting. Paul Copeland is looking to solve a murder of his sister back in 1994. It's described as a drama mystery thriller. And even though I don't know a ton about the filmmakers or cast, I'm consistently interested whenever we get a new mystery TV show. Sometimes they fall a bit flat, but most of the time they pique my interest, and this is one of those that I think I'm going to be really excited to binge. I just hope it pays off. The next week is going to be great for fans of certain television shows. The Order has a Season 2. That is coming June 18th. The Politician has a Season 2. That is coming June 19th. It does look to be a very interesting month for documentaries, so be on the lookout when it comes to their originals page, because their documentaries normally work really well for me. And then I'm a George Lopez fan, and he has his stand-up special coming out on the 30th. But 3 days before that, June 27th, we have, in my opinion, one of the most well-structured Netflix shows I've ever seen, and something that is always piquing my interest, and it's so much fun to go back to and think of again. It is Dark Season 3. They just released photos. We got a trailer. We have everything we need to get ourselves fired up about this incredibly trippy yet awesome. It's one of those shows you have to think about, but you do think about nonstop after you watch it, and this is it. This is the culmination of everything we've been building to, and I, as a fan of Dark, am so excited for this show coming out on June 27th. Mark your calendars, folks. If you're not aware of Dark, it is a family saga with a supernatural twist set in a German town where the disappearance of 2 young children exposes the relationships among 4 families. But it's not just the story that gets me excited. It's the cast, it's the talent, and like I said, the way the show is structured. So Dark fans, get excited. Also, on June 19th, I'm really interested in a movie called Feel the Beat. So April, who, after failing to find success on Broadway, returns to her small hometown and reluctantly is recruited to train a misfit group of young dancers for a big competition. I mean, anytime you get a movie called Feel the Beat, I get interested, but this could be a fun, upbeat film or more of a darker, dramatic movie. We'll have to see which route it goes, but I'm interested in Feel the Beat as well. Then on July 1st, we get Unsolved Mysteries Season 1. This is a documentary. It looks interesting, as well as Desperados, a film starring Robbie Amell and Heather Graham that seems like it could make a huge splash. Now, not a lot is known about Desperados. The only synopsis that we have is a panicked young woman and her reluctant friend in tow rushes to Mexico to try and delete a ranting email she sent to her new boyfriend. Sounds like a comedy. It is a comedy. Will it be a Netflix comedy that falls flat? Or will we actually laugh? But July 3rd is also a big day for series. The first one I want to talk about is The Babysitter's Club. That's right, based off of the book. A lot of people hold this in high regard, and I'm really hoping Netflix can do something special here. So it's a nice cast. You have Malia Baker, Sophie Grace, Shea Rudolph, and I think this could be the perfect show for teenagers, especially over the summer, that they can just sit back, relax, and binge 10 episodes. Not for sure if the episodes are 30 minutes or an hour, but either way, I think a lot of people are going to be excited over The Babysitter's Club. And then the opposite end of the spectrum, we have a horror series that could capture a lot of people's attention. You recognize the name here? That's right. Straight from Japan, we have the origins of what we know as The Grudge. Now, not a lot is known about this series, and honestly, I struggle to find a lot of plot points and hardcore details, but I do know this. If this is what I think it could be, and we don't know if it's going to measure up, this could be the horror series of the summer. And it's been a bit since I've watched something really good in that category on Netflix. So maybe it's like The Grudge, maybe it's something different, but this could be really exciting for horror fans. And then in July, on the 10th, the movie of note, I believe, in that month is The Old Guard, starring Charlize Theron. So a covert team of immortal mercenaries are suddenly exposed and must now fight to keep their identity a secret, just as an unexpected new member is discovered. It's an action movie. It's also classified in the fantasy genre. I saw the trailer. I was interested. It all comes down to how good of an actual film is. I mean, we know Charlize Theron, she's going to be good. Chiwetel Ejiofor is in this film, so the cast is spectacular. Looks like it could be a lot of fun. It could fall into that disappointing category for sure, but it is one of the movies that I'm really looking forward to coming on Netflix this summer. We also, on July 24th, have The Kissing Booth 2. The sequel to The Kissing Booth, so that's cute. I'm sure it's going to find an audience, but the show that I am excited to return and I want to talk about is Season 2 of The Umbrella Academy, kind of capping off that 2-month span, coming on the 31st of July. Just in case you are unaware of The Umbrella Academy, we have a family of former child heroes now grown apart. They must reunite to continue to protect the world, and they do just that in Season 1. But not only is Season 1 super entertaining in that vein, kind of reminds me of how Haunting of Hill House was laid out. These family members have to come back together. But we're dealing with superheroes, and every character had a personality. Every character was fleshed out in a way that was super interesting and entertaining. There were a couple of things here and there that I had nitpicks with, but overall, The Umbrella Academy was super entertaining and was thoroughly enjoyable. And it's one of those shows that over time has just kind of grown with me. And the more I think about the possibility of Season 2, the more I'm just like, I want Season 2 right now. So if I had to give you guys my top 3 in no particular order, because it's just so hard, I was going to structure this as a top 10, but I decided I don't know what I'm looking forward to the most. I would say Da 5 Bloods, just because we haven't had that movie in quite some time that has hit me, impacted me, both on an emotional level and the fact that you just have a really great filmmaker in Spike Lee. So that is definitely in that top 3. The other one is the one that we just talked about, The Umbrella Academy. Like I said, the more I think about Season 1, and it just comes down to not a lack of superhero content, because we've gotten some animated stuff as of late, but I love superheroes. And this is not Marvel or DC, and I love those two things, but I like when we get some very different incarnations, interpretations from some other companies. So Umbrella Academy is really cool. I hope Season 2 just capitalizes on what Season 1 did. I would say my overall number 1 has to be Dark. Dark is one of those shows that I just, like I said, I continue to think about, and it's one that I want it to end it off in the perfect way. It has a lot of anticipation, so there could be disappointment. I hope that that is not the case, but I have a lot of faith that Dark is going to pay off if you're a fan of that show. If you're not a fan, please, I encourage you. You have time right now because it doesn't come out for a little bit, so go back, check out Seasons 1 and 2, get pumped for Season 3, and we will see where that leads us. But those 3, Da 5 Bloods, Umbrella Academy, and Dark, they have to be my top 3 over the next 2 months. But the movie summer season is what I was kind of focusing on today, June and July, and these dates that we know are dates that we can look forward to and get excited for. So use this video to mark your calendars. I need your comments down below. Are there other shows and movies because I'm sure I did it, that I missed, and what are you most looking forward to? I would love to see your top 5s or your top 10s down below. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It helps out this channel. It tells me you want more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.